What's up, boys and girls? This is Bruno here with Team UTY, and today we have one more deck that we're going to be sharing with you guys. And I believe with this new format that we're starting without tier elements, this deck is actually really good. One is because you're not going to be milling your key pieces to the graveyard as often, and this deck can play through so much stuff. It's insane the amount of starters that this deck has, the amount of potential this deck has. So the Punk deck, the Punk engine, I believe is still really strong, even though we don't have Hauki 5 Rex and a lot of stuff that we can do to prevent a lot of stuff. So let me go into the deck and explain a couple cards that I'm playing in this deck and why I think this is probably the most optimal way to play. So let's go into that. So right now we have 2 Ogre Dance. If you don't play this at 3 is fine, but this only searches the Deer Notes and the Ziamins and the level 3s. I mean, we do want to special summon as much as we can because we don't want to break into a hand that you cannot do very much besides just normal summon. And then if you get to negate the normal summon, you pretty much screw it. So we want to optimize our special summon this deck as much as we can to go into the synchro plays, and even or XZ play can be really good going second. But 2 go Ogre Dance to search your starters, 3 Foxy Tunes because specials from deck by discarding a card are really good. The discard part, guys, remember that it's not part of the cost. Discard itself is cost, but not the other card from hand. So I opt to play 2 Deer Notes because really, if you play this at 1 and you see that in your hand, it will be really hard to go into your synchro plays or like revive from grave. So you definitely want to play this at 2 because you want to be more consistent with it. Then if you have 1 in hand, you can special another monster from your hand, which is really good. And then you have 3 Xiamen. This guy is like the best starter, obviously. It searches any punk monster from your deck to your hand, which means you can get Foxy Tune to start your combos and go crazy. Then we play 1 of this guy to fusion summon and synchro summon your opponent's turn. 1 Wagoon, 1 Spider, and that's it for the punk monsters. So one of each, this guy searches the spell, this searches the trap, this fusion summons and synchro summons in your opponent's turn. And let's go with this. I think this is really spicy. I think you should definitely play this. The Kashtira Fenrir is insane, in my opinion. The reason why, it's a free special summon if you have no monsters. You can either banish one monster if your opponent activates effect, or if this card battles pretty much, or if get attack, which is already really good. And as well, it's level 7, and most of your monsters are level 3, so which means we can go into Baron really easily, and it's just a really good card because you can also search the other copy from it from your deck to your hand, which is pretty much a discard fog for your Foxy Tune. So yeah, really good. Then we have Bestial, Druism, and Bestial Magnum. I have no idea to pronounce those guys. So yeah, I played this 4 because I feel like this is a really good disruption. Um, Honestly, DD Crow is good, but this guy being able to banish a light or dark monster and special summon itself is just insane, in my opinion, to be honest. And as well, it is level 6, so if you have another level 3, even though it's a hand trap or not, you can go into Shenshen, which everything gets banished pretty much. So yeah, any card sent from the field to the graveyard, it's banished instead. So that's really good effect, honestly, in my opinion. And that's why I play them as well, because it's a really good disruption. If they get sent to the graveyard, or you can search another one from your deck to your hand. Really good. Then you have 3 Ashen Blossom, 2 Ghost Ogre. This is our searchable hand trap, which is really nice. And this goes really well with our Synchro 11, Amazing Dragon. Because if this is in graveyard, then you can bounce 4 cards from your opponent's field back to the hand. 1 Effect Veiler, just because I want to. If you want to play 3 Forbidden Droplet, feel free. But I like Effect Veiler, honestly. It's a pretty good card. I played this as a spicy tech in the deck. I saw this online. I don't really remember where, but Magician Souls, it's actually a really good card in this deck, and Illusion of Chaos, just going to these guys and for them to special summon. So as you guys can see, he's not a tuner and he's level 1. So which means all the level 3s plus him equals into Hero the Arclight, which as well says any card sent from the hand or main deck to the graveyard is any monster sent from the hand or main deck is banished instead. And then it's an Almond Negate. if destroyed, you can add one ritual spell. So even if your opponent tries to mill cards from your extra deck to the graveyard, you can send that, and you're going to be able to also add Illusion of Chaos from deck to your hand. Kind of cool. I don't know. Very interesting. We play two droplets because if we do go second, this can be a card that we really need to see. And I might consider going to three because it's good, but just one droplet for now I think is really, I mean, two droplets for now is really good. And then we played three Italis for extra special summonings of your link level 3s. You can also summon Ghost Ogre, so nice. And then you have two Punk Gems. This card is very, very nice, very essential in my opinion. Um, it facilitates your combo. You can pretty much chain block sometimes. And as well, you can special summon by banishing a, a Punk card from deck, from graveyard, summon a Punk from your hand. So, and as well, it's twice per turn you can draw a card, so it's a pot of greed, and you should definitely play this at 2. I wouldn't play this at 3 or 1. I think 2 is a good number for the deck, because you don't really want to break into like 2 this in your hand, or like keep drawing that out of its own effect. You rather like get starters or good like hand traps with this effect, like over anything. And then 3 more imperms for a good hand trap effect, and then one Gabu, because this card is just insane. It's pretty much another imperm, but you gain life points if you have punks on the field. It doesn't negate column as well, so don't get tricked about it. Extra deck, I'll go really fast here to show you guys what I play. So this guy is actually insane in my opinion. If you can go into Synchro level 8, and all your opponent does is destroy monster by battle with high attack or by card effect. If he has no way to bounce this back, this card is pretty much indestructible. And if you take damage, this guy gained attack equal to the damage you took. So it's really hard to out this card if you really think about it. It's harder than Dragoon in my opinion to out it, because even though this can be targeted, you gotta be negate the effect, like gotta be targeted with effect to negate, and then you gotta be destroyed after that. So it takes a lot to get through this card if you cannot bounce it back. And then you have Berserker of the Tanny, just because, you know, this guy is nice. He banishes like a monster on hand or field or graveyard that activates effect. So very cool. 2 gem Dragon Drive. The second effect, guys, is really good, okay? I think you guys should always remember this, because it says here, if your opponent activates a card or effect in response to your punk cards or effect activation while discarding your graveyard, special summon this card. And then if this card is special summoned by a punk effect, you can pay 600 and search level 3. So let's say you activate, I don't know, like this guy's effect to synchro summon your opponent's turn. He chains something, try to negate. You still can special summon this from your graveyard if you have it. And then you can also search another hand trap from deck to the hand. And then the field spell will trigger again, and then you're going to draw another card. Just insane. So yeah, I mean, Buster Dragon, if you play against a deck, like say it's an Avalon that needs like plant monsters, especially in Buster Dragon, and dude, your opponent's gonna have a hard time getting through that. Just because all monster your opponent controls become dragons once per turn if you don't not control, and then I mean the other effect doesn't really matter, but changing the monster type from your opponent can be really good in this time and age. I don't know. Arc Light, just an extra negate, and then here you go. Zen minus attacks. If he gets destroyed by battle, because I don't think there's like a lot of exceeds like 3 that are good in battle phase. So Zen minus is actually really good, because if he gets destroyed, you can detach a material, and then you can go into Downward Magician, and then you can go into Zeus, and then that's gonna be insane. Yeah. So side deck, it's really up to you, but I just wanted to point a couple other cards. So this right here is very similar to this one. Cannot be destroyed by battle card effects. Other monster you control cannot attack. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. Any battle damage your opponent takes from attacking this involving card is halved. Also, change the monster attack to 0. If you do, gain life points equal to that original attack. So if your opponent has like a monster, like a biff monster with like 5,000 attack, even though this guy cannot be destroyed by battle, you can make the monster 0 attack, gain 5,000 life points, and attack over it. So very cool. Yeah. And yeah, and then also Kristen Phoenix. if this card is Synchro Summon, you can banish all spells and trap cards your opponent controls and in their graveyard. So, which means that if this guy is summoned and you're playing against like a heavy trap deck or Eldritch deck, you can summon this guy and then boom, you wipe the whole board and graveyard. So everything's banished, which is very, very cool in my opinion. Let's see. The other effect is if the Synchro Summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one other monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Another insane effect. So if this guy gets outed and destroyed by battle or card effect, boom, special another monster from your graveyard. It can be Omnigate, it can be, I don't know, Baron the Fleur, it can be pretty much anything you want. So yeah, let's save this. Let's do a task hand, okay, just really fast. Let's do no opponent. Here we go. Just a quick task hand. So our hand is pretty good already. We do have like pretty much 3 hand traps if you count this a hand trap, so I do. And then you have Italy. So let's go just a regular combo so you guys can see how this goes. Here we go, summon Xiamen. Xiamen in fact activates. Pay 600. Let's add our Foxy Tune from deck to the hand. Okay, Foxy Tune activates. Special summon 1 P.U.N.K. Let's discard Durno because we don't need that right now. Summon Da. And then you can activate the effect. Straight up, Fusion Summon. Let's send both this to the graveyard. No, we don't want to make him gain attack. Activate the effect. Summon Deer Note, and then we can summon Wagoon. This is the best way to plus out of your cards, so just teaching like the combo, very, very simple way. Search the field spell. Activate it. So right now, when we Synchro Summon and pay 600, we're already going to draw another card as well. Very good. Yes, let's do chain 1 to search, and then chain 2 special summon from graveyard with Deer Note, and then you're going to summon this guy back because in our opponent's turn you're going to be able to Synchro Summon. Okay, add from Madame Spider, add to the hand. So now this is going to trigger, and you're going to be able to draw another card. Here goes Yamin, another follow-up for next turn. Activate. Let's banish whatever. Let's banish our Foxy Tune. Then summon Spider. Spider, activate the effect. Here we go. Add that, and then field spell again. Draw another card. Just insane. Ogre Dance. So right now, this is pretty good, okay? So if we set this, we have 2 negates with Gabu and Imperm. If your opponent's playing Graveyard a lot, we can go into this right here, which is insane. So you have 2 more disruptions possibly in hand. And then you have this guy that we can Synchro Summon. Here we go. I'm just going to pass turn. Always chain, just so you guys can see. No. Yeah, so let's activate this right now. Put a normal chain. And then I can Synchro Summon this. Okay, so let's Synchro Summon. And then his effect is, when this guy is Synchro Summon, this is another effect. Oh, you see Ash Blossom. We're during your opponent's turn. This guy's effect is, if this card is Synchro Summon, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of level 3 psychic monsters with different names your opponent you control and in your graveyard. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 psychic monsters. If you do have Ghost Ogre in your hand and you had to use it, you would have 4 on the field and graveyard, and you'll be able to bounce 4 cards with this. And like you guys just saw, we have Ash Blossom right now. So we have 4 bounce. We have this guy, if gets attack or activate the effect, you can just have the attack of your opponent's monster, Imperm, Gabu, and dude, yeah, it's just insane, this deck in my opinion. And then you can also heal with this, which is really good. Let's go with another task hand, just really fast. Okay, this hand is gonna be really good, so I can show you guys what we can do. Okay, so let's go Italy. Okay, let's go and get our Xiamen into the field. Let's activate Chaos. No, we don't want to Ash our own monster. Add souls, we have 1, which is fine. And we can add this back. So let's activate this as well. No, we don't want to Ash. Add our Foxy Tune, really good. Okay, Foxy Tune effect. Special summon. No. And then we're going to send 1 of the souls to the graveyard because we have 2. summon this guy. The combo is gonna be very similar, but you guys gonna see how good this Magician Soul is gonna be, okay? So let's go into this right now. Pay the 600. Let's fusion summon. Nope. Activate. And then we're gonna be able to summon our Deer Note and Wagoon as well again. Activate the effect. Let's search for the field spell. Okay. So let's thin our deck a little bit. Let's activate this already. So we can send that to the grave because we don't want to draw that. And let's special summon this guy. There we go. Activate Extreme Jam. Then we can just special summon. Let's go into a Synchro 8. There we go. Let's activate both effects to search and to special summon. Okay, summon this so you can synchro summon in your opponent's turn. You can bounce a lot of cards. And let's add the spider to the hand. And then jam session. It's going to allow us to draw a card. Here we go. Draw Xiamin again. Let's activate that and just banish that one so we can spy summon this. Then we can activate, add the trap, which is a negate, and we're gonna draw another card from that. Okay, draw more cards, you know, really good. And then we can go into Herald of the Arclight for one more extra negate. We can set this, and yeah, this is gonna be our turn. So we have 2 hand traps in hand again. We have follow up for next turn with Yamin and Deer Note. We have the field spell. We can special summon either of these guys. So we can use that, special summon this next turn, normal summon this, go into Synchro 8 or something like that. Next turn we have Omni Negate, we have a bounce. So what they're gonna do is, normally they go normal summon a monster, no effect, they don't want to trigger anything. They try to go into battle phase. As soon as they go into battle phase, use this guy, bounce their monster back, so you still have your Omni Negate on the board. They wasted the normal summon, they wasted the battle phase, and you still have like hand traps and a good trap card. So let's just restart one more time. Let's see just our opponent opening hand. Here we go. Look at this again. Okay, I will play this. I will play this. So special summon. Here we go. Activate, search. If they negate this, it's fine because they might think you're playing Kashtira. So you're just gonna add the monster. And then what you can do is normal summon, activate the effect, pay 600, and then you can add your Foxy Tune to the hand. So what you can do right now is to play against Nibiru. This deck can play against Nibiru very easily. You can just go and you can just special summon Baron the Fleur. Okay, here we go. Then you can activate Foxy Tune, sending Fenrir to the graveyard, and then you can special summon your fusion summon. So the good thing is you can fusion summon using monsters from your hand as well, which means that you can use this guy and Deer Note to summon. Then you can just go activate the effect and just proceed to the same combo, which is Deer Note and Wagoon. Wagoon effect activates. Boom, here we go. Then you can add that. If they try to negate something, you can use Baron the Floor. And then next turn, you can send to the grave to special summon your Fenrir to the graveyard as well. Just to let you guys know. So here you go. Activate the field spell. Special summon. Level 8. Pretty basic combo. Okay, nothing like too special. Activate it. And then we can activate our Deer Note on a graveyard. Special summon this guy back. No. Here we go. To search, let's get the spider. Add to the hand, no problem. And then field spell, we'll activate it. And then here we go, another Fenrir, really good. Activate the effect. Let's finish Foxy Tune. And then I can special summon this. Activate it. Search for the trap again. And then one more draw. Here we go. Here we go, Magician Souls. We can activate that. Honestly, we will activate this because this will be really good. Check this out. Special summon this card. So right now you're gonna have 2 Omni Negates. Okay, so 2 Omni Negates. You're gonna have 2 really good set cards. You're gonna have 1 hand trap pretty much, and then here we go. So this is an insane board. We have a bounce 3, we have 2 Omni Negates, we have Gabu to Monster Negate, we have Droplets for another Monster Negate. If they try to use a light or dark effect in the graveyard, we can go into Magnum Hood, which is insane. And yeah, like, here, let's just end phase. Let's put Always Chain. No. Yes, let's activate this. So it would be able to bounce 4 during the battle phase. That's what they're probably going to try to do to get through this negate. And then we can go summon, yes, effect to bounce 4. Oops, sorry. And field spell to draw. Here we go. So field spell is going to draw. We're going to bounce 4. Um, Here we go. We drew another hand trap, but it's not set, so we can use it. But for next turn, this is going to be really good. Uh, so yeah, so here's what we have. Like, and then if they try anything, um, we can also just burn on the floor to just special summon back, or Fan here, which is just insane. And then you can truly go into your Baron the floor again and just activate it, and then you can just summon Ragoon again. Doesn't matter what you summon. Activate to draw from Punk Jam. That's why we play 2 of this, because it's really good, this card. The the amount of plus that you have with the field spell is just insane. And here you go, going to Brown the floor again. Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with this deck. And I really recommend it. I doubt it, like, you're going to be breaking a lot with this. You can definitely break. Every deck is breakable, you know? Like, you can just draw like 3 Fenrir or like 2 of this and just like not being able to do anything. And you gotta pass a turn. But I feel like this deck is super consistent, and you should definitely pick it up to play and give it a try. Um, Definitely not a budget deck because the extra deck. But besides that, Foxy Tune is about, I would say, about 20 bucks each, and the rest is pretty cheap. But the extra deck is definitely the expensive part. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. I think this deck has a lot of potential for this new format that's starting right now. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do to upgrade it. If you have any other ideas, let me know in the comments what I can do to make this deck even better, or what do you play with. I also played this Punk variant with some Avalons, and it goes really well. Let me know in the comments what decks you guys want to see in the next episodes of Deck Profiles, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.